Chapter 1, Artist. Reading 1. Frida Kahlo. Triumph over Tragedy. Vocabulary. Artist. 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 Someone who paints, draws, or makes sculptures. Portrait. 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 A painting, drawing, photograph, or engraving of a person, especially one depicting only the face or head and shoulders. Hardship. 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 Difficult or unpleasant conditions of life, or an example of this. Landscape. 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 A large area of land, especially in relation to its appearance. Impressionist. 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 An artist who paints in the style of Impressionism. 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 A style of painting which began in France in the 1860s, in which the artist tries to represent the effects of light on an object, person, area of countryside, etc. Tragic. 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 Very sad, often involving death and suffering. Recognition. 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 If you are given recognition, people show admiration and respect for your achievements. Seizure. 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 A very sudden attack of an illness in which someone becomes unconscious or develops violent movements. Surrealist. 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 Relating to or producing a type of 20th century art or literature in which unusual or impossible things are shown happening. Sketch. 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 A simple, quickly made drawing that does not have many details. Imagery. 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 The use of words or pictures in books, films, paintings, etc. to describe ideas or situations. Stockbroker. 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 A person or company that buys and sells stocks and shares for other people. Primitive arts. Primitive arts. Primitive arts. A genre of art and outdoor constructions made by untrained artists who do not recognize themselves as artists. Superior to. Superior to. Superior to. Better than average, or better than other people or things of the same type. The opposite is inferior. So-called. 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 Used to show that you think a word that is used to describe someone or something is not suitable or not correct. rebelliousness, 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 the act of opposing ideas of the people in authority and planning to change the system, often using force. Self-assurance, self-assurance, confidence in one's own abilities or character. Traits, 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 a particular characteristic that can produce a particular type of behavior. Exhibit, 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 to show something publicly. Restrained, 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 calm and controlled behavior. Giggle, 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 to laugh repeatedly in a quiet but uncontrolled way, often at something silly or rude when you are nervous. Tease, 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 to intentionally annoy a person or animal by saying something that is not true, pretending to do something, often in a playful way. Polio, 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 a serious infectious disease that can cause permanent paralysis, being unable to move the body. Confined, 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 restricted in area or volume. Cramped. Walked with a limp, walked with a limp, walked with a limp. To walk slowly and with difficulty because of having an injured or painful lack of food. Playmate, 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 a friend, especially another child, who a child often plays with. Compensate, compensate, compensate for, to take the place of something useful or needed with something else of similar value. Amateur, 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 taking a part in an activity for pleasure, not as a job. Preparatory school, preparatory school, preparatory school. In the US, a private school for children over the age of 11 that prepares them to go to college. Revolutionary, 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 involved in or relating to a revolution. Overalls, 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 a piece of clothing that covers both the upper and lower parts of the body and is worn especially over other clothes to protect them. Block hair color, block hair color, block hair color, involves coloring a section of hair in contrasting shape so it stands out against the rest of the mane, creating a look that's eye-catching and fun. Stimulation, 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 an action or thing that causes someone or something to become more active or enthusiastic, enthusiastic to develop or operate. Notorious, 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 famous for something bad. Cab, 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 a soft flat hat that has a curved part sticking out at the front, often worn as part of a uniform. Matched, 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 put together as being equal, similar, or complementary to each other. Contempt, 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 contempt for, a strong feeling of disliking and having no respect for someone or something. Escapade, 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 an act involving some danger, risk, or excitement. Because it is different from usual or expected behavior. Donkey, 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 an animal like a small horse with long ears. Set something off, set off something. To cause a loud noise or explosion such as that made by a bomb or an alarm. Alarm is a warning sound to begin or happen. Firework, 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 a small container filled with explosive chemicals that produce bright colored patterns or loud noises when they explode. Chaos, 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 complete disorder and confusion. Expel, 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 expel from, to force someone to leave a school, organization, or country. Entrance, 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 the right to enter a place. Appeal, 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 appeal to request formally that a decision, especially a legal or official one, be changed. Aptitude, aptitude, aptitude for something, a natural ability or skill. Physiology, 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 the scientific study of the way in which the bodies of the living things work. Gland, 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 an organ of the body of a plant that secretes and produces liquid chemicals that have various purposes. Near fatal, near fatal, near fatal. It is of illness, accidents, etc. It means causing death. Collide, 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 collide with, especially of moving objects. It means to hit something violently. Trolley car, trolley car, trolley car, a tram powered by electricity obtained from an overhead cable by means of a trolley wheel. steel rods, steel rods, steel rods, called rebars, placed in the lower portion of a concrete slab, prevent that slab from cracking when subjected to that tensile bending force. Miraculous, 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 unusual and mysterious because of being caused by God, or very surprising and unexpected. Spine, 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 the line of bones down the center of the back that provides support for the body and protects the spinal cord, also called backbone, spinal column, and vertebral column. Collarbone, 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 a bone between your shoulder and neck on each side of your body. Pelvis, 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 the bones that form a bowl-shaped structure in the area below the waist at the top of the legs, and to which the leg bones and spine are joined. Rib, 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 a bone that curves around from your back to your chest. Crust, 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 deformed, pulverized or forced inwards by compression. Dislocated, 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 a dislocated joint. A joint is a part of the body where bones join. So a dislocated joint is one in which a bone has been suddenly forced out of its correct position. Consequence, 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 a result of particular action or situation, often one that is bad or not convenient. Abandon, 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 to stop doing an activity before you have finished it. Invalid, 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 someone who is sick and unable to take care of himself or herself, especially for a long time. Dedicated, dedicated, dedicated to, believing that something is very important and giving a lot of time and energy to it. Inspiration, 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 someone or something that gives you ideas for doing something. Crippling, 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 causing serious injuries or harm. Correct, 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 damaged and showing lines on the surface from having split without coming apart. Celebrated, 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 famous for some special quality or ability. Emotional turbulence, emotional turbulence, emotional turbulence, feeling stable or okay 1 minute and feeling overwhelmed or not in control the next, experiencing disproportionate feelings of stress, anger, irritation, of frustration toward certain people or situations. Infidelity, an act of having sex with someone who is not your husband, wife, or regular sexual partner. Devotion, support and affection. Diminish, to produce or be reduced in size or importance. Betrayal, the act of not being loyal when other people believe you are loyal. Inflict on, to force someone to experience something very unpleasant. Easel, a wooden frame, usually with legs, that holds a picture, especially one that an artist is painting or drawing. Four-poster bed, a bed with 4 corner posts designed to support curtains. Gallery, a room or building that is used for showing works of art, sometimes so that they can be sold. Triumph, over, to have a very great success or victory. Moody, if someone is moody, their moods changed suddenly and they became angry or unhappy easily. Thank you for your attention. See you next video.